Oh. Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello everyone, how
Hi
are you?
Laura.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us.
All right. It's not a problem.
Yeah, isn't it exciting?
Yes.
I think it's very exciting to be together with Joanna again after her being away, traveling and having fun for so long.
It's true. Let me tell you, I
Tell
do
us
miss you.
about that.
I was away for a little bit, not as much as usual. But I have to say, I mean, I was very, very happy to be able to travel a little bit and bring some new inspiration for you all. So, yeah, I'm very happy to be back, but also I was happy to be traveling for a bit.
Yeah, I bet you were happy to travel and get out of the lockdown for a while. How many corona tests have you done so far?
I did count them, so I do have a number. It was 19.
Wow.
And I started to count them at some point because I was like, this is way too much. We were, I mean, almost having a test every day,
Wow.
which I don't mind so much because, to be honest, this is the way how I think will be the near future. We will have to feel some sort of safety somehow to be able to feel comfortable on your working space, because otherwise you are constantly scared. I mean, you are still, but you are
Yeah.
constantly quite scared with everything that you do, everything that you touch, everything you eat. Whenever you eat, whoever's around you, it's stressful. So I think this is the best way to do it, is to have everyone tested every single day and be able to track anyone that perhaps gets infected on the way. I think this is our new everyday,
Let's hope it
New normal.
works.
the new normal. Yeah.
The new normal. We have a lot of people already joined us here. I don't know how
Hello,
Facebook looks,
everyone.
Laura. Hi everyone. Welcome to
We're
another
on-
Creative Corner.
We're streaming as well live on Salon Promotions, and we've already, I'm obviously monitoring that. We've got lots of people on there already as well. So, any of our customers from Salon Promotions got any questions for Joanna and Nicholas? It's all about the brand, inspiration, hair up. Please feed them to me, and I'll feed them to Joanna for you.
Yeah, that's
I'm
great.
so happy to have a big audience today.
Yeah.
You know, every week, me and Sabrina, we always try to bring you some new inspiration, something cool that you can use it on your salon, on your everyday techniques that can, make you a little bit more active, even being home or not. So obviously every week we think about what we're gonna do, what products we're gonna show you, and obviously it's quite easy to do that because we have alternate products with us. So we just need to work out a little magic, and the look will happen. And this week I have the 20s vibe coming this way.
Should we show something?
Excited
Are
to-
you ready? Yeah?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go away and I'm gonna let you guys. So you're gonna be in the bubble now, Joanna.
Okay, let me go in the bubble.
Maybe Joao can center
There we
you
go.
there.
Bit, and Joanne's gonna center me up a little. So as we can see here, I'm just looking a little bit towards the side because I have my big screen here, and we can see how people used to style the hair back in the 20s. And the 20s decade was something really, really important for our careers, that was still inspiring us nowadays. But obviously we did a little twist into the tools and everything that we use it, and the safety as well. I have also with me here, as you can see in this image, we have something quite medieval.
It looks really from another
It's
era.
quite scary
Yeah?
as well.
Yeah.
But I have what this could be the modern version of a Marcel
Let me
Tongue
go back.
nowadays, which is really, really helpful. You should definitely have some of this on your kit. They are some of the most important tools that there is nothing else in the market that actually can do exactly the same result with the same technique. So this is something with a very, very good quality. It looks old. It's not for everyone to do it. unfortunately, because nowadays I think hairdressers sometimes try to skip a couple of steps that they may be a little bit more difficult to use it, and they're like, oh no, I want something faster and easier. But to be honest, in my opinion, I think it's really important to go through to every single tongue and instrument to understand what they actually do for the hair that actually others won't do. So
I
for
think
example,
I think the experience also of using a more older type of equipment is different.
Exactly. The
The
technique, the way how we fold the hair around the heating part, it's really, really different. And it's also very important to know each of the tools that we have the chance, and we are very lucky to have them available in the market. We can see, so this was the Marcel tongue. Now we have the curling iron nowadays that actually, I'll show you how to do similar result. Once again, is not the same, but similar result with a little bit of a modern twist that we can have a nice and beautiful waves.
Great.
Waves. And this is perhaps the most...
the laziest of all. Speaking about laziness. This looks amazing, but it's already pre-done.
This morning, when I sent it, the pictures to Nicholas, I said, I have this one as well, but this is just like 2 twists and this is it. You don't need much more effort to get the very nice result, which is also important to show you guys. But somehow the reason why I won't be using this today is not because it's just a lazy result. No, of course it will look beautiful, but it's just because I think because of the size of the wave, as you can see, this will clump the hair around this shape and will make you a S result. So I think because of the amount of length that goes into this shape, it will look better perhaps in a longer hair. So because we have Mariana here today, hello Mariana, by the way.
Thank you. Hi Mariana, thank you for being with us.
We will do a different technique, but also, this, for example, for the ones who are asking, this one is from Babyliss. And is a really fast tongue to get this beautiful and S shape, almost like a mermaid wave. Really, really beautiful. And obviously, we could always practice our amazing finger waves, our tight waves. I think this is, some of the most important skills that everyone should master. So there is always a chance, especially now in the lockdown, there is always a chance for us to practice even more our finger waves that will remit in us to the 20th decade. So this is something really important. All
right.
And, with Mariana here today, I decided to bring someone with short hair today because, the decade of the 20s was something super, super important for the confidence of the women. So it was the first time actually women was making a position through the haircut, and this was really showing the strength and the power of the women back in the days. So it was the first time women can vote, can smoke in public. So all of this little things will be showing on the fashion industry back in the days, and obviously they wanted to have the smallest head shape and the smallest format of the waves. So that's why today I'll be showing you a little different technique how to do waves to get a smaller effect, but obviously not as small as in the 20s. We will do a little modern twist. But Mariana also herself in December, which you all going to have the opportunity to see, she did a big makeover. Obviously now you may think, oh, she looks great with short hair, but actually Mariana had really, really long hair and we cut it this short.
Wow.
So she was also trying to make a position through her haircut. She was tired of long hair.
A complete change.
It completely changed. But also she had a big surprise here, which you will see on one of the videos that we did for you.
Oh, cheeky uppercut.
Later on, we had all this area really, really short. So it was actually also like a finger length, but really, really, really short. So she had this like modern way of styling the bob. So that's why perhaps if you see a little bit of a short length underneath, you know why it was.
Why? It's not accidentally come out.
No. It was not a quarantine accident.
Not a quarantine haircut. Do you know what, Joanna? Just listening to what you were saying there, I think the 20s are, well, firstly, the 20s are such an iconic time for us as hairdressers. But because we are in the 20s, back in the 20s as such now, like 2021, I think we should really celebrate it. But as well, you couldn't have said it any better. Now more than ever, we're in lockdown 3 in the UK. You know, use this time to watch tutorials like yourself, research the area and practice with different tools and different ways of doing it. So I just think it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is the little positive thing that we can take from being forced to be home, is that if we have a chance to get our head block, practice as much as we can, and be back in the business with a little bit more energy and a little bit more confidence as well, because you will know that something that you in the past you were not so comfortable doing it. For example, finger waves, I know not everyone is mastering them. This is a great chance to do that. So please get your head block, practice as much as you can, because this will be, I mean, you know, there's always, I mean, I believe there is always everything happened for a reason. So let's take the most from it and try to get more of a comfortable on whenever you are styling that type of hair that you were not so comfortable before. And please take this chance to do that, and also get in touch with other people from the industry. Ask any questions that you never had the chance to do it before. Ask about great products that you heard about before. Try them. This is the best time to do it. So
we say, I'm saying this in the nicest possible way, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll never have this time again. We'll never have this time to spend at home with the family, at home to practice, and really get back to the basics. Because like you say, the finger wave is something that you get taught at college, but because it's not something that you do every day, that skill, that really important skill, disappears from the back of your mind and you never use it again.
Exactly.
It's one of the most important fundamentals that we
Very true. That's really true. So it's always like, it's exactly what you're saying. Let's make sure we don't forget our base foundations, and actually we emphasize them even more and understand how we can twist them to this modern era that we are living now, and how can we master certain things up to a level that we are actually bringing them to our everyday business, and understand where we can fit them, maybe in a bridal or, you know, a look, or maybe someone that is going to a party, or, you know, try to guide those techniques into the right place and take the most of it, really. Especially
in the UK. I mean, the whole Peaky Blinders era, the Gatsby parties are massive when we can have them anyway. In England anyway. So, you know, for us over in England to learn this skill set, if you know someone's going to a Gatsby party or a Peaky Blinders bar or something like that, even if it's just something through, you know, where your model's just got that fringe, even just that wave through that fringe will look amazing.
That's it. So the technique I'm going to show you today, it's something really easy, really, really easy. As you can see, Mariana only has like half of the hair that we normally have in a client, and it will still look amazing, I promise you. But just to take you through a little bit of the prep of what I did in Mariana before. I know it was a fast blow dry, but I didn't want to have any noise from the hair dry and everything, so I skipped that bit a little bit. So I used the Shine On defining foam first around the root and a little bit around the length as well. I wanted to have some sort of I would say more control around the length, because Mariana's hair is very thin and very fine, so it can go a little bit frizzy. So I want to have that control. So I did apply the Shine On foam around the length as well, so all over your length. And then I went through the Anyway texture spray. So Anyway texture spray is really, really nice. I do tend to use it more around the length, because of one of the main ingredients actually on this product, I have it right here, is, can you see? Coconut sugar.
Yeah.
It smells divine. It's really good.
I always thought it smelled kind of caramel, has a caramel smell,
Yeah.
this natural caramel smell for some reason.
Really nice. And you can actually feel it in the product. Whenever you apply, you do get more of this I would say hold effect. So I think this is coming more from this special ingredient that we have in this bottle, the coconut sugar.
Yeah,
so
it also acts as a natural conditioner. Like, it keeps the hair. It's important to know that it doesn't actually make the hair sticky. I think that's very important for the work you're going to do after, right?
Exactly. So I want to have just enough control, but you can see that I apply the mousse and also the texture spray. And I mean, look, I still can run my fingers through easily. I know I did a straight blow dry, but sometimes with some holding products, you can really feel that tacky and stiff feeling, like very sticky. And it almost feels a bit too controlled. So on this case, you can really run your fingers through. You will have the effect, but not so much of that sticky and difficult way of combing the hair or running your fingers through. Nothing like that. So you get the shine, you get all of this very nice control and heavy effect, but nothing too sticky. So now let's take you through the principal technique. So I'm going to use a medium curling iron. This one is from GHD and is the smallest size of GHD. So there is one bigger size than this, and I'm using the smallest one. And make sure your iron is quite hot. Okay, this is quite important. Before that, I'll be applying a little bit of my City Slay hairspray. Okay, and the reason why I want my curling iron hot is because I'll be taking quite a big section, and I want to make sure that the movement that I will be doing, it will stay straight away. So there is no time to keep going through with your curling iron. It's a very fast technique. So watch closely what I'm going to do. So I'll take a big section about this wide. Okay.
So Joanna,
if
you haven't got the GHD curler, whatever brand you have, would you recommend working with something quite small, whatever they've got, which is as small as it they can get?
Well, the smallest you go, the more tight effect of a wave we will do. So it's up to you. If you want to have more of a loose effect of the wave, that's not a problem at all. But just maybe you needed to brush a little bit more the final result. So when you get, so I'm just going to do one movement. I'm going to explain you what you can do to lose that effect. The problem, I think, is more of the opposite. So if you have a curling iron that is actually too big, in a short length, you may don't get such a defined effect. You get more of a loose wave.
Yeah, more of a wave.
So I'm going to put my curling iron underneath. And what I'm going to do is clump it and push the hair towards to my left-hand side. And I'm just like sliding my curling iron on the top. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see that. So you're creating that S-bend in the hair.
Yeah, that's it. Then straight away after, I'll be turning my curling iron the opposite way. And then brushing my hair with my fingers just like that. towards to my right hand side. Okay. And we have the first effect.
Wow.
And without losing the shape, I'll be clipping them straight away downwards. Okay, just like that. And I'll wait for that to cool it down and I'll just keep going. So I'll do the same thing again.
So you're using the irons to do what you would normally do with your fingers when you're creating that S-bend?
Exactly. So you just get this really nice S effect. Okay.
What was the size of the iron, Joanna?
So this is the smallest one from GHD. So I think the other day I checked, I think it's an inch and something. So it's not the inch, it's just an inch and something. I don't remember exactly the size, but basically GHD only has two sizes, is the smallest one.
Yeah, for any of our customers at Salon Promotions, we do the hot tools and we have the smallest we do is 19 mil, which is perfect for this.
Yeah, actually, if I was in London, I will have my hot tools there. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but hopefully I'll get to use them next time. Okay, so now this one will cool down in this position and we are carrying into the next section, right on the top. Again, take quite a wide section. Okay, apply a little bit of the City Slay hairspray. What is the size of the Hot Tools curling iron that you have? Because I always get a little bit confused with the measurements.
We've got all different sizes. So we've got 19 mil, which is perfect for this. That's the smallest one. So that's similar, Joanna, to what you were holding before.
Right? Maybe.
Yeah, so the 19 mil I think would be perfect for this, which is the smallest one.
Right.
We've got a question that's come in just about the Shine On mousse. So just while you're doing that, Joanna,
Sure.
hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you hear me.
We hear you.
You can hear me, that's fine. Someone's asked about the Shine On mousse. I think one of the beautiful things that Joanna was saying before about the Shine On mousse is that you can use it on finer hair. Even finer hair sometimes can go quite frizzy, especially, you know, when it's quite wet outside. So, but it's a really lightweight conditioning mousse that's going to reduce frizz, but still give you manageability. But I think the beauty of it, especially on hair like this, it's a little bit finer. It's not going to weigh it down. So for those of you that have got it and have got clients who may be a finer textured hair, don't be frightened to use it on those hair types.
Okay, so now I slowly start to release the pins underneath and just join the two waves. Okay. Here we go.
You can really see that S-bend starting to form there.
Yeah, it's really nice when you first start to see like, oh wow, this is quite easy actually, because it's just a little trick of turning your curling iron exactly in the position that you need. So you will start to see the results straight away. So now that I have these two perfectly combined, as you can see, we have our S shape.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just going to work around the length. So I'll pick again, kind of a wide section. Just tucking in the short pieces. Okay. And again, place your curling iron underneath. Just turn the head towards the right-hand side and then just do exactly the opposite. So you have to turn your curling iron opposite way. So it's almost like you're marking a little dent.
Yeah, dancing the hair as such. Looks amazing.
Yeah. And remember to just pull the hair softly with your fingers. So it actually, you drag the hair opposite way of your curling iron. So you get this lovely wave.
Is that why you're better off with bigger sections, Joanna? Because you're putting quite a bit of heat on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why the curling iron needs to be quite hot to just get your movement straight away. Okay. And then as you do it, you just clump it in so you know will not go anywhere.
We've had a comment coming, Joanna, from Claire. She said, my mum was a hairdresser and worked until 2 years ago. She was amazing at finger waving and all types of styling. She loves watching her mum work, which I think is fantastic. I love that. That's similar to you.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's so amazing when we can learn from someone that has been in the industry for a long time. It's really a bless to be able to hear all their tricks and how they do it. And I think you can see it already a little bit. Yeah, you can see that.
Wow.
So imagine if you have a client just coming in and she just wants a little detail. So you could just do that and then you would be having the touch of the 20s. So you have the perfect S shape. And then obviously when we finish the whole thing, we will go through and make sure that we get all the baby bits beautiful and perfectly the way we need. And even if you have someone with really long hair, you can just do that and just do a little ponytail and you will have this perfect feeling of the 20s without too much effort. So it's a really, really fast technique. Now I'll be showing you how to do on the opposite side. So again, I'll just do it in once because actually here I don't have that much hair. It's important to keep your section quite wide and big. So let me just show you just about this much. Just apply a little bit of my City Slay.
So again, it's a big section.
Say again?
Big sections again, working through that section.
Big sections, exactly. And remember, I'm literally putting my curling iron underneath and dragging it forward. So I'll get this wave really nice and push it forward. And then I'll do exactly the opposite.
I suppose as well, Joanna, that's where you'd need the hair to have that. Like you said before, you want the element of bite in the hair. So that's where the coconut sugar comes in because it keeps it hydrated but gives it that volume. But the mousse, it gives the hair that slip that it will need for you to do this.
Yeah, for sure. The mousse will give me that shine, you know, that hole that I need. But obviously with the City Slay, it's really, really nice because it doesn't give you that very strong. I'm going to do this one actually slightly thinner because I can see that otherwise my wave will just be reaching this point. I want it just to be slightly higher. So I'll just divide this section actually. Still quite wide, but not as fat.
Do you work with the features on the face where you'll start your S-bend?
Yes, I think this is very important. The face is everything. It's no point to be doing like amazing work and then you're like, oh, but the face, it's not great. So remember the face, you see it now. Now we have that I need. Perfect. So I can just pick a little bit more hair and just do my opposite section. Okay. And also, like, this will look amazing on long hair as well. You can just do the fringe and this will look fantastic.
Especially if you had some sort of beautiful fascinator.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
There we go. Perfect. So now I'll just pin it, make sure it stays exactly what I need to cool it down.
Again, this bit I always find it's that fear factor of creating something, a shape in the hair, and then being scared to put a pin in it. So it's bypassing that fear factor and knowing that it's going to hold in place when it cools.
I know, yeah. There we go, our S shape. And I'll just pick a little bit more hair. Obviously, you would probably have more hair on this section if you were doing someone with a normal haircut. But obviously, Mariana has this short length underneath. Okay. Actually, with the Hot Tools tongs, I believe they are slightly better, definitely, than the GHD. It's just very unfortunate that I don't have them with me. Because the reason how Hot Tools work, you know how they have those big clumps and they are quite heavy, that's what you need.
Amazing.
And Joanna, when it comes to the thermal protection, you've only used City Slay as thermal protection. Have you used something before that? Okay.
No, so far that's all I need. Also because I'm brushing them, so I wanted to make sure that I have enough hold. But also, obviously, with the City Slay hairspray, we are very lucky that has heat protection, so I know I'm covered with that. But from the prepping part, there was no heat protection. So make sure that if you are using the same products to prep and you are using Hot Tools right after, City Slay will be the best to go to for sure.
Joanna, someone's asked, how long would this take you to do on in salon, let's just say?
I would say, I mean, if I had quite thick to medium density, I would say definitely like a good 45 minutes, because you will have to prep, and the prep here is really, really important. So definitely 45 minutes. Obviously here with Mariana, it takes me way less time because she's got this undercut, so I can skip a little bit of the time, but you can just do like a vibe about it. Like you can just do a detail around the front. You will really push that 20s to your client. So it depends exactly what they need. Do they want a full Gatsby look, or do they want just a little detail? It's important to understand like what is your client actually comfortable of doing it.
Definitely. I would say that. I'd say about 45 minutes or so, depending on...
45 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think this would look amazing as well. I mean, fingers crossed everything does go back to some form of normality, but one of my... thinking...
Amazing looks again.
I know. Wedding season, nice chignon at the back, through the fringe. I mean,
this for a wedding will be perfect. You will just attach a little ponytail here, and you can just do a few more as I'm going to do it now. But just simply just adding this front piece, that will be amazing. So remember all those details. So hopefully we'll be using them soon. Okay, so now I'll just keep doing exactly the same technique. I'm going to take still a wide section, but not too fat. And just repeat exactly the same technique. So placing my curling iron underneath, push my way forward, turn it around. Okay, and turn it back again. It's a really fast thing, so you just need a little practice, and it's a really, really fast technique.
If you say so, Joanna. Fran is commenting on Instagram, it must take hours.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's actually really fast. Please try to do it, guys. And I mean, if you have any questions, I know that I use a lot of products for my prep, so maybe that is also helping me. Remember, the prep is something super important. And now I'll just take off a couple of clips and marry the waves. So as you see it here, I'm just going to match them.
So you'll brush that out in the same direction that you brushed the previous.
Exactly. So I just, you see, like easily they are already telling me where they need to go.
Zuma has a good question here. She's asking if you can achieve this with someone who has layers.
Yes, well, layers could be a problem. That's a very good question. The only thing is you have to understand when you put your curling iron, if, let's say, if I've got a short layer coming around this area, I know I cannot flip my curling iron straight away upwards, because my layer will be showing straight away. So I need to make sure that my layer will be hidden a little bit underneath. So by doing that, you can just simply, instead of to put your curling iron higher, upwards, you can turn it around. I'll show you right now what I mean. So there we go. So let's say that I've got these layers here, right? I know that my layers are showing right here. So I cannot do this, right? Because they'll be showing straight away. So what I can do is just to make sure that I put a little bit more City Slay hairspray, comb everything through. And instead of to do turning them upwards, I'll be turning them downwards.
Downwards. Yeah, it just gives you that more control, doesn't it?
Exactly. So look at that. No one can see that there's layers there. So this way, you can easily get more control to it without showing those naughty layers. Here we go. See it?
Fab, great tip.
Perfect. And the reason why I leave the clip there is just to make sure they cool down exactly in the position that I need. I'll just carry on into my next panel.
Would you work in the same way all across the head, Joanna? So combing it in the same direction?
Yeah, will do. Only because I wanted to marry the same movement on the other side. So for that reason, I will do that. Okay, so I'll just do exactly the same thing. Here we go. Turn it opposite ways. There we go. Perfect.
Is this something that you just practiced and practiced and practiced, Joanna, just to master it?
I mean, I quite like it. So obviously today we are not doing this perfect tight fingers wave. So for that reason, I think this is more of a modern feeling.
Yes.
Obviously, if you wanted to do something really tight on the head shape, something like that, then I would definitely say you need a lot to practice. But this kind of technique specifically, actually, you can get a feeling whenever you are doing this beautiful, glamorous waves. It's not the similest technique to get it, but you will be able to get a feeling, and maybe I would say even a taste for it, because you almost need to find the waves when you are doing them. It's almost like they are telling you where to go, but you need to understand where to put them.
I remember you saying that to me. I was with Joanna and the guys nearly a year ago. I can't believe it's nearly a year ago.
Oh my God, yeah.
And we did a short style, and Joanna so patiently stood with me, and we did a really short cropped haircut and some finger waves with some gel, and it was all by hand. And she said that she said, like, everything will show you where it needs to go with the previous section. And that was such a great tip that I've carried with me ever since.
Exactly. So obviously, I mean, the more you practice, the more comfortable you're going to be doing it. But it's always one of those things that you think, oh God, I'm not good at it. I'm not going to even try. Like, please try, because you will see and you will be really surprised. Something that before was not very easy for you to do it, suddenly you were like, oh, actually, somehow I have a different taste for this. So sometimes I think it's about us to be able to actually understand what do we need to elevate our skills.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's important to make sure that your hair is protected the whole time. So CT Slate, I mean, is one of the few hairsprays in the market that actually can give you that heat protection when you need.
I love the anti-humidity factor to it as well. Again, not many, and makes the hair shiny. Again, you don't necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really special hairspray, really is. I pretty much use on every single hairstyle that I do.
It's really workable. We had an event on Tuesday, and Chloe, one of our other educators, she was doing a style with it, and she actually said, I've really had to sort of build it up. She was able to work and take her braid out and redo it. So she
exactly.
got right, but it didn't feel too heavily overloaded like a hairspray.
So this is one of the different, the big difference between, I mean, the Finish, the high hold hairspray. You know, this is, I mean, I have it right here as well, and I do love it. For whenever I'm done with my hairstyle, then I'm gonna jump to this hairspray. But until I'm not sure, and until I'm building up my hairstyle, I think this is important to understand when to use what range, and what they can actually do for you. What is the biggest help that you have from all those products in your shelf? So make sure you use each product whenever you need, and for the best of the hairstyles. Okay, so now just repeating exactly the same movement. So placing my curling iron up, dragging my hair forward. Okay, you will see it will marry straight away into the next one. You see it?
Yeah, you can. You can see it's like it's just knowing exactly where to go.
Where to go, yeah.
I think it looks so good. The Mariana has thin hair, and with the product on it, it becomes like a pliable material when it's heated. It looks like almost like you can. It's like plastic that you can. You can form it any way you like. Move it around, with the iron, yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then now I'm just going to remove all the clips. And you see that this hairstyle is really soft, so you can easily move it around.
I was just going to ask you that, Joanna. If maybe a section hasn't gone to plan and you think, actually, I need to rework it, is it because the amount, sort of the level of heat you've used, you've prepped the hair properly, you know that you can actually start again, rebrush, resection.
Exactly.
To not be frightened to rework it if you're not happy with it.
Exactly. So most of the time, sometimes actually, Nicholas, I'm sure he knows that whenever people tell me like, oh, what are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know yet, because I need to touch the hair. I need to feel it to understand where the hair is going to go. And sometimes I'm a little bit, I would say, not sure about what I'm going to do, right? So to have a product like this next to me, it's great because I know I can just easily brush everything off and start it again and shape it into the face and move it around. So, you know, you definitely need something like this. I never really know what I'm going to do until I do it. So sometimes it's not just the way how I need it to go or something. So it's important to have a product that will give you that flexibility to move things around.
In emergencies, in situations where you need to, especially on like the shoots and sets and things that you do, where you're creating a few different looks in one go.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you need to change a model twice, 3 times in a day. And you really need to think through every single product you're going to use to make sure we'll be flexible enough to take it off, no need to wash it, next product, you know. So all of that, it's really, really important. So you know that you have just enough hold with the CT Slay for what you need. But then you know you can just easily brush everything off. I never do that on our lives because I always want to take a nice picture in the end. But I will show you afterwards. You can see that how much hairspray I'm using, and I will show you how easy this is to remove afterwards. It's very, very easy.
I still need a picture, Joanna.
Yeah, exactly. Nicholas will be very upset if I don't get a picture. So now I'm just adjusting everything, and whenever you have a mid-length like this, how I have it with Mariana, I think I'm going to tuck it into a little ponytail just to make sure I get the whole control. Also, it's a good trick for someone with layers, again for Zuma, because whenever you have layers, it's important to have some anchor and some secure point in the head shape. So ponytail could be a very good and helpful trick.
She's asking if you can use liquid hairspray before forming the vintage waves, actually.
You could do, but they will be a little bit more difficult to brush off and to form them around the headline. And you can do that in the end, but not to form them. Unless you will do them overnight and your client will go home and just have them set it for the next day, for example, then you can do that. But even so, I think nowadays we have so many options a part of the liquid hairspray. I believe it's a little bit more stiff, so it could be more difficult to control when you're not sure about what you're creating.
It's good to see a dry version because you do automatically think, well, initial training tells you that you need to get something like this really, really wet, then mold it and let it dry. So it's good to see how you can create something like this just from heat and hairspray and good prep.
Yeah, for sure. I think the prep is the most important thing, always, always, always. Whenever you know that you did enough, you applied enough prepping product, you know that eventually there could be something from your technique of applying the waves that maybe are not as good. So you need to go again with your curling iron, do it a bit more. But if you have enough product there, you know it will hold. So that's the most important thing. Okay, so now I'm just going to join a little ponytail around the back so I get all these little layers controlled, and then I'll be removing all this group of clips. They're very long. Okay.
We're getting lots of love for you.
Okay. So I'll just do a little ponytail.
So could you, with this, the ponytail, Joanna, could you suck it out the way, almost make it quite invisible if the hair's a bit
Yeah,
longer?
I'll be actually tucking in underneath. So I'll show you right now. Let me just do one more loop. Okay. Now you can see that is a tiny, tiny ponytail. Can you see that? Let me turn it a little bit more. You can go a bit higher. So now I'll be just looping in underneath. So I'll just twist it underneath. Just make a little room here with my finger.
It's looking fab.
Okay, and now I'll just be using a small bobby pin just to cross over. So I'll be catching the ponytail and just sliding in the bobby pin underneath. Okay, can you see that? Just go up. So this is like a little fake bob. This is what actually they used to do it when they couldn't get a haircut. So they used to fake it.
Hide it. Yep.
Which is what we do now whenever our clients don't want to take that big step of.
You can hide it.
We're like, oh, we can fake it. Don't worry.
I've seen this done before actually on hair that's longer when they want to create a bob. Like you say, like you just said, hair that's, you know, sort of past the shoulder and they're not sure whether they want to commit to a bob. Actually, you can do this. You can create a bob without actually doing it.
Exactly. You can do a bob. And I don't know if you've noticed, that's why I didn't use, you know, the perfect ponytail technique. I just use a loose elastic because I don't want that ponytail to be too tight and too close to the head shape. So this way I can just easily pull a little bit of the hair and just make this top shape slightly looser and more natural.
It's a great technique. Zuma is saying she has patillas like Simón Bolívar and she's doing her friends.
Ah,
It's
nice.
very interesting. Kita is here.
So
Hi,
I'm just
Kita.
gonna-
Nice to see you. Hi, Kita.
Hi, Kita. Amazing. So now you see I need a little bit of a stronger hairspray just to make sure all my shape stays exactly what I need. But now I can slowly remove my pins and my clips.
Yeah, you can really see that shape. It's amazing. It's so shiny as well.
Oh, the shine is all from Alternate, trust me. Very nice. So it looks like she's got even a shorter bob now. I would probably recommend, let me just attach this ear. You see how much I'm showing from the ear? I don't like that. So I'm just going to lose a little bit so you don't show it as much. This is something really important whenever we are doing a hairstyle, that you adjust everything. And obviously here, because I don't have a mirror, it becomes a little bit more difficult.
I would love to see that with some big sort of peacock feathers or something inside. Or
I
some...
know, we should get some of those. Okay, you see, very cute and elegant. She's ready for the Gatsby party
Yes, she is indeed.
at home.
A virtual Gatsby party.
So obviously
Beautiful.
we can add a little jewelry as well. Let me add a little diamonds here so we can make her even more rich. Maybe two.
Stored that all into place with the high hold finishing spray.
We can add a little something.
So we didn't hear you, Laura.
Sorry, so we've secured all that into place with the high hold spray.
What did you say, Laura? I couldn't hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we
Yeah.
can. Yes.
Yeah. So that was all secured into place with high hold.
Yes, exactly. I'm just changing the pin because I think that one was too chunky.
And Zulma is asking if you have any tips for her to hide or fix the baby hairs around the face.
Oh, the baby hairs are really important to make sure they are clean and away. I think that's actually a great thing that you mentioned, because I hate to see all those baby hairs and like the long pieces. Whenever you are doing a beautiful and clean hairstyle, make it beautiful and clean. Don't have any more of extra information there to make it too messy or too confused. So this is something really important. Use a little bit of your either the CT Slay. You can just put a little bit around the tips of your fingers and just run through the headline easily. If they are too difficult to control, you can also apply a little bit of the heat. So heat can also be a good combination. Whenever you do that, I'll just do a little bit of a hairspray around the headline, and then you can go through with your hair dryer. Make sure they stay and they actually cool down exactly in the position that you need. So combination between hairspray and hair dryer, it's really important just to control those baby hairs that they always stick around the front. It's really annoying. So definitely put a little bit of the hairspray around your tips of your fingers. Just run through a little bit and then apply a little bit of a hair dryer afterwards. Just on medium heat will be definitely enough.
Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Gorgeous.
Here we have our 20s.
I feel like I want to
Yes.
go and do a bit of a Gatsby fringe now or something on myself.
I think it's
I know.
it's an amazing look. And we have to hurry up because we concluded our hour. So we have to say goodbye to everyone. Just give us a very, very quick look before Instagram kicks us out.
Exactly. There we go.
Great. So thank you, everyone.
Then we have our secret behind. I'll take pictures of it so you guys can actually look at it again. And here we go.
Thank
Our
you,
jewelry.
everyone. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Joanna.
Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you, Nicholas. See you all soon.
See you
Bye.
soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Tá ali, Mariana, já vi.